I'm baking sticky cinnamon rolls. I group the ingredients into three categories. First group, we have the ingredients for the dough. For the dough, we need the following: 1/2 teaspoon salt, 2 eggs. For the dough, we need only 1/4 cup, and the other 1/4 cup is for the filling. 1 cup of milk, 204 teaspoons of yeast, 1/4 cup granulated brown sugar, 3 cups all-purpose flour, sifted. Add sugar. Stir it as to dissolve the sugar. Yeast loves sugar. Sugar makes the yeast activate faster. The more sugar there is, the more active the yeast will be and the faster its growth. Wait for 5 minutes for the yeast to activate well. Add 2 eggs. It's safe now to add the salt. The salt will kill the yeast, so we must add the salt after the yeast has activated. Stir it well. Add 3 cups of sifted all-purpose flour. Stir it well, but be gentle. I'm making a wet dough. Wet dough will make the bread fluffy, smooth, and soft. Don't touch it with your hand. It's so sticky. See that? It's really wet. I don't have a dough scraper, so I'm just using the wooden ladle. There's another equipment that helps me, and it's the rubber scraper. This rubber scraper or spatula is my best buddy. I use the stretching and folding technique. It will strengthen the dough, and with each stretch and fold and the passing of time, it will become easier to handle. Cover it. Leave it for 1 hour of proofing. Let it rise. The dough will double its size after 1 hour. While the dough is proofing, we must use that 1 hour of waiting by making our syrup. I will be making the syrup to make the cinnamon rolls sticky. These are the ingredients. 1/3 cup granulated brown sugar. The same measurement, 1/3 cup water. 1/4 cup raisins. 1 tablespoon cinnamon powder. 1/3 cup chopped apple. 3 tablespoons rice syrup or any syrup will do. Bring it to a boil. Stir it. Add a pinch of salt. The salt will add flavor to this syrup. While the dough is burping and the syrup is boiling, let's do the nuts. Dried squash seeds, almond, dried sunflower seeds, walnuts, cashew nuts. Okay, just toast them. The syrup is doing well. Oops! I'm holding the can on my left hand and I'm holding the pan on my right hand. Okay, I did it. After 1 hour, let's check the dough. This is the dough. It's been proofed for 1 hour. Oh, it has doubled its size. Look at that. Deflate gas. There's too much gas in the inside. Again, I'm using stretching and folding technique. Don't use your hand. Don't touch it. It's very sticky. I'm using the spatula for doing the stretching and folding technique. Well, if you have the dough scraper, then use a dough scraper for doing the stretching and folding technique. Do it for 5 minutes. In doing so, or the passing of time, it will become easier to handle. Cover it, wait for 30 minutes proofing. After 30 minutes, let's check it out. Wow, it has doubled its size. Deflate gas. Sprinkle flour on the working surface. Use 1/4 cup, no more, no less. Not too much flour, use only 1/4 cup of flour. Flatten the dough and make a rectangular shape. This is where the 1/4 cup of butter is needed. I just used my fingertips to apply the butter on the dough surface. You may use a spatula in doing this. For the cinnamon sugar filling, we need 1 tablespoon cinnamon powder and 1/4 cup granulated brown sugar. Mix well. I would like to encourage you that it's worth the effort. All right, let's move on. Don't fret, there's a prize awaiting. The batter has been spread, so we're gonna lay all of the chopped apple. Both of my hands are working. On my right hand is the cam, and my left hand, you know what I'm doing. But there's a prize, so keep going. Wow, great! Next is the cinnamon sugar. Sprinkle the cinnamon sugar mixture evenly on top of the butter and chopped apple. Awesome! It's done. That's the syrup. It's sticky and it's being cooled down. Warning, the syrup is super sweet. Now, for the rolling part. Let's roll it. Using a thread to cut the cinnamon roll dough into pieces. I'm using this technique to create a defined round shape. Using a knife to cut a wet dough will create a deformity of the rolled dough. See how well it cuts the dough. You may only have 9 or 12 pieces, okay? I'm just demonstrating how to cut the roll dough using a thread. Just use a small amount of syrup because it's very sweet. I repeat, you just use a small amount. Use only a small amount of syrup, okay? Leave a small space for each piece. Don't overcrowd it. Because we will let them rise first before baking. Leave a space for each piece to breathe. You may use a square or rectangular baking pan. It's up to you. Done. Sprinkle the nuts on top. Look at those sticky cinnamon rolls. They're beautiful, pretty, lovely, gorgeous, and delicious. Wanna take a bite?